Right. So why people even talk like he the best at? He didn't even fight at 135 yet.
Right.
He didn't even have power at 126, 30 or none of that.
He is good.
Possible. I think Lamont Roach is a good fighter, so he better shut up and stay focused.
Yeah, I think right now, yeah, Shakur the only fighter I think that can really give him that challenge, just because, you know, he got very high IQ, great defense.
Davis reacted to Shakur Stevenson's win over Josh Padley by tweeting LOL, subtly dismissing Stevenson's performance. Tank's reactions suggests he believes Shakur is overrated and not a real threat. Davis wasn't having any of the Shakur hype. Clearly irritated, Tank fired shots questioning why Stevenson was being called one of the best boxers when he hadn't even properly fought at 135. Yet he also pointed out that Shakur lacked knockout power even when fighting at 126. This was a direct challenge to Stevenson's credibility as an elite fighter, and it was clear that Tank wasn't backing down from the ongoing war of words.
Some of your 135 contemporaries have a lot to say these days. Shakur Stevenson, well, of course, he's now 135 after all that stuff, and then Devin Haney.
Right. So why people even talk like he the best at? He didn't even fight at 135 yet.
Right.
He didn't even have power at 126, 30 or none of that.
He is good.
Okay. How can you? All that's just okay. How can you stop people that can actually hit? No matter all that boxing, you going to get hit. What you going to do when you get hit?
In the post-fight press conference, Stevenson expressed his admiration for Saudi Arabia and the way they treat fighters. He praised Turkey. Alec, the chairman of the General Entertainment Authority in Saudi Arabia, for his investment in boxing and the opportunities he is providing with the country, rapidly becoming a major hub for high-profile fights. Stevenson hinted that he would love to continue fighting there in the future. He even suggested that a potential bout with Davis could take place in Saudi Arabia, as the region is willing to pay large sums to make big fights happen.
Padley, I'm just going to say to you now, true warrior spirit tonight. Taking this on such short notice, a lack of preparation, but then now you know the levels in terms of if you want to achieve the ultimate goal in this, but the fighter in you, I could only imagine, is probably a little bit disappointed.
Yeah, I'm disappointed. Obviously, I would like to have stayed in there a little bit longer, but conditioning wasn't quite there to body, and they were taking the toll, as you can probably see. Wouldn't have liked to have gone down to some of them, but not quite at that level yet, and I'm not ashamed to admit it.
You know what, sometimes there's no shame in some man in saying that you can just learn from this, because it's always a journey, so I'm just going to say to you, ultimately, the important question I asked you before was you going to achieve greatness tonight? It was a lot of variables for you to kind of control in terms of the changes, the new arena, all the rest of it. But when you reflect, Shakur, are you happy? That's what I want to ask you first.
Oh, I'm very happy. The name of the game in boxing is hit and don't get hit. I'm a master of it. I didn't get hit, and I hit the guy more than he hit me. So it was a great performance for me. I'm happy with it. There's probably some people that's going to critique and say this and say that, but shut up, I got it done, and I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing.
So I ask you more, just one word. You going to come back here? This is a new home? You going to make this a home as well?
Yeah, I love Saudi Arabia. I love the energy here. I love the fans. Everybody treated me well, and it was an amazing time for me.
Appreciate the work tonight, man.
Stevenson did not take Davis's response lightly. He fired back, telling Davis to stay focused, because his own fight against Lamont Roach is coming up. Stevenson even stated that he believes Roach could beat Davis, an opinion that many found controversial. While most experts favor Davis in a matchup against Roach, Stevenson's comments appeared to be more about getting under Davis's skin than making a genuine prediction. It's clear that Stevenson wants Davis's attention and is willing to take shots at him to make the fight happen.
On everyone's lips, Eddie Hearn spoke about it. Tank tweeted tonight, LOL, during the mid-rounds. What do you make of that?
That's what he's supposed to do. He got to do that, but once again, he got to fight next week, right? So let's see. Let's see what he do. He fighting Lamont Roach next week. I don't think it's going to be an easy fight.
Do you think Lamont Roach could beat Tank Davis next week?
I think, yes. I think it's possible. I think Lamont Roach is a good fighter, so he better shut up and stay focused.
What's the conversations been like with Turkey Al Sheikh about that Gervonta Tank Davis fight? Because Eddie says he wants to make it.
Turkey want to make the fight too. I think that, once again, it's the biggest fight in boxing. He won it. I won it. Now it's all up to Tank.
Last one from me. Terence Crawford said you're like his little brother, and he's so proud of you tonight. What does it mean to you hearing that from Terence?
It means everything. Like I said, I'm an elite level fighter. I'm on the highest skill level. And I got my brothers coming here support me. I could listen to him a little bit more because he know what he's talking about. So I appreciate him and I thank him for coming.
Shakur, thanks.
During the fight against Padley, Stevenson appeared to hurt his surgically repaired left hand. Again, some noticed him wincing after throwing certain punches, and this could explain why he did not go for an early knockout. 6th round, that's not even with an injured hand. Stevenson showcased his elite skills by stopping Josh Padley boxing legends, and analysts praised him, recognizing his technique and ring IQ. However, not everyone was impressed. Many fans labeled the fight as boring, criticizing Stevenson for not delivering an explosive knockout or engaging in a more entertaining fight. This divide between boxing purists and casual fans continues to be a recurring theme in discussions about Stevenson's style.
Boring Shakur, that's what all boxing fans saying right now. Even though Shakur Stevenson did get TKO stoppage after getting his hand surgery, he did hurt Padley with a body shot earlier in the fight. In the 9th round, after again catching Padley to the body, Padley's corner threw in the towel. Shakur Stevenson is polarizing. Professional athletes, the top boxers today, stay on Shakur's side, saying that he is great. His technique and abilities is just on another level. On the other side, we have fans who are just not satisfied with his style, not fan-friendly fighter. I could agree to that. When Shakur lets his hands go, he does land. He's accurate. He is great. But what is he gonna do from now on? Is he gonna continue being stubborn and do what he does and see what he gets him? Or he gives fans what they asking for by being more aggressive, by getting stoppages? There's Gervonta Davis, Keyshawn Davis.
Many fans were left unsatisfied with Shakur's performance, believing that he should have knocked out Josh Padley much earlier, considering the skill gap and the short notice on which Padley took. The fight expectations were high for Stevenson to end things quickly.
Shakur Stevenson defeats Josh Padley in the 8th round after dropping him 3 times and his team throwing in the white towel to end the fight. Now, it was a very good performance by Shakur Stevenson, but I don't know if I'm just a hater or I don't like the guy, but I didn't like the fight. I thought that Shakur Stevenson could have put out Padley a lot earlier. I understand that Shakur Stevenson is a patient fighter and he likes to take his time and he likes to pick his punches very, very carefully, but I think having a Padley that took this fight on Tuesday was a very good opportunity for you to show us, the whole boxing community, the whole world, that you can knock somebody out, and he had that opportunity and I feel like he just didn't take it. So for me, it's just kind of a bad taste. Again, I don't know if I'm just a hater or a lot of other people feel this way, so I'm curious to know if you think that Shakur Stevenson could have done better.
I got to make sure that I'm on top of my game because there's a lot of great fighters in the division. Even though I think the division was overrated because they wasn't fighting each other. But now that they fighting each other, there's a lot of great fighters.
Despite all the criticism and back and forth talk, Stevenson remains laser focused on one thing. Getting in the ring with Gervonta Davis, he believes a fight between them would be the greatest fight in history, a true battle of skill speed and boxing IQ with so much build-up and tension between them. The anticipation for this fight is at an all-time high.
Tank ever linked up in the ring?
Yeah, we sparred before.
Can we ever expect a fight?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's going to be one of the biggest fights in the world.
No cap.
I feel like how they talking about Earl and Bud Crawford, I feel like me and Tank going to be basically 2.0 of that.
Yeah.
Probably even bigger than that. So
that Earl and Bud, who you got?
I think it's a great fight. I ain't going to pick no winner. I'm forever rocking with Bud regardless, though. So I want to sit there as a fan, but at the end of the day, you got to realize, too, like with Earl, people don't know, Earl showed me like a lot of love since I done came out the amateurs. I'm trying to stay out of that. I'm trying to be more so the person that just watch as a fan and just watch how the fight go and just sit there, you know, enjoy it.
You and Tank ever linked up in the ring? Yeah, we spared before. Can we ever expect a fight? Yeah, for sure. I think that's going to be one of the biggest fights in the world. No cap. I feel like how they talking about Errol and Bud Crawford. I feel like me and Tank going to be basically.
But lie on me the whole time. Him and his dad and his people lied on me the entire build-up. So no, I'll probably never give that kid an opportunity.
And you said that you're putting your money on Lamont Roach. But if Tank gets the victory, is that the obvious fight that's going to be next?
Yeah, it's the two best fighters in boxing. Gervonta Tank Davis is a hell of a fighter. I keep telling y'all he got great skills. But I'm better than him. I'm better than him at hit and don't be hit, and he can't beat me.
Was it a bit frustrating tonight with Padley just not being willing to play ball?
Nah, it ain't frustrating. I mean, that's what he's supposed to do. He was supposed to come in here, give it his all, make sure that he make it to the 12th round. That's what he was trying to do. So I succeeded at my job, and he tried to do his job.
I imagine that Tank was tweeting LOL because it took you so long to get rid of him, but you didn't prepare for him. Did you have any idea how he was going to fight or what his style would be before the first bell rang?
Nah, I actually really ain't watch him that much, but once again, Tank's style, he's a power puncher. He's a guy that's trying to knock you out. I'm a guy that's trying to break you down, pick you apart, win. If the knockout comes, it comes. So on two different styles, but I'm better than him at the art of boxing.
And obviously, you and Tank have your disses here and there, but you know, you kind of alluded to it a couple of seconds ago. Is there deep down respect for each other?
I got respect for his game. I don't got respect for the person. I think he's a clown.
Hey, last
How
one.
can we make that fight happen, Shakur?
Turkey got all the money, so put the biggest fight on. I mean, let's negotiate. I think both of us can make a lot of money, and I'm ready to make
Furrow at that. It probably even bigger than that. So that Earl and Bud who you got, I think it's a great fight. I ain't gonna pick no winner. I'm forever rocking with Bud regardless though. So I want to sit there as a fan, but at the end of the day, you gotta realize too, like what Errol people don't know. Errol showed me like a lot of love since I done came out the amateurs. I'm trying to stay out of that. I'm trying to be more so the person that just watch as a fan and just watch how the fight go and just sit there, you know, enjoy the fight.